Let's go back to the home page as an anonymous user and keep clicking around. Okay, so we clicked on custom tours. Here's a link for take a look at our calendar. I'm going to click that. When we get to the calendar page, that looks good. We'll come back here later. I'm going to click back in the browser, and I'm going to click our price guide. Okay, so we get our custom 404 error page here. So this means that our price guide doesn't exist either. So let's go ahead and create a placeholder for a price guide too. I'm going to jump back to the browser where I'm an admin, and I'm going to click add content. I'll click basic page as the type, and we'll call this price guide. Again, we'll leave the body blank. And for menu settings, let's go ahead and see if there's an item in the menu in our mockup. And it looks like there is, just to the right of custom tours. So let's add a menu link, and we'll call it prices since that's what it shows in the mockup here. We'll leave the description empty. The parent item is good, and let's set a weight to just a little bit heavier than we just set the custom tours link. So I'll choose 17, and then I'll click save. Okay, now we have custom tours and prices, and we have our price guide placeholder page. Let's go ahead and go back to the home page as an anonymous user. I'm going to click home. I'm going to click our price guide just to make sure that our change went through. So we're still getting a page not found error. What's going on here? Well, we're linking to the URL prices, but we set our content to create an automatic alias, which naturally would be different than just this prices. So let's go ahead and go back and change our alias and see if that fixes the problem. I'm going to go back to the prices page in the administration browser and click edit. I'm going to scroll down. Let's go ahead and open up the URL path settings and uncheck automatic alias. And let's set the new alias here to prices. Now you may have noticed that for the past couple of pieces of content that we've added, we've skipped a lot of these settings here. And the problem with doing this is that sometimes we'll miss a setting that's actually pretty important, and it might take a while for us to backtrack and figure out what the problem is later on. However, if we look at all of the settings that are available to us for the piece of content as we create it, it should remind us of various things that we need to do for the piece of content as we edit it. So let's go ahead and go through the settings now, just as if we were creating this as a new piece of content, and see if there's anything else that we need to modify. I'm going to click back on menu settings. Okay, we already went through these. I'll click on revision information. We don't need to create a new revision here, so we'll go ahead and keep these empty. We just set the URL path settings to not use an automatic alias. I'm going to click authoring information. We don't need to manipulate the authored by or what date the content was created on. And then publishing options. So this is set to published, which is good. We want it to be published. And these other two items right now don't come into play because we're not using the default homepage. Okay, let's go ahead and click save to save it. Let's jump back to the other browser where we're in anonymous user and refresh the prices page. Okay, we now have our title price guide. Let's go back to the home page and make sure that we're done clicking around. Okay, it looks like we have one more link, contact us. I'm going to click that. That takes us to the contact us form, which looks good. Okay, at this point we can continue clicking through all of the pages, making sure that all of the links point to the right place and display the right content. And when we're done with that process, we'll be ready to run this project by the client and see if they have any input on what we've done so far.